Before we get into it, I'd like to say that everything I say in this video about Donald Trump before, during, and after the election is from his own perspective. And it's important that you understand that, because what I'm about to get into is the left and the establishment types are trying to create a false narrative that Trump knew that he had lost the 2020 election. And I don't believe that's the truth. And we're going to go over it, and we're going to bring in some examples. Hey guys, today we have a story that delves into the heart of the 2020 election controversy. Former Attorney General Bill Barr has made some astonishing claims recently about former President Donald Trump's knowledge of the election outcome. Now stick around as we analyze the valuable insights and examine the evidence to separate fact from fiction. In other words, I'm going to point out that Bill Barr sounds like the south end of a northbound horse. Let's get into it. On a recent episode of CNN's The Source, former Attorney General Bill Barr claimed that Donald Trump knew that he had lost the 2020 election. But how did he arrive at this conclusion, and what evidence supports his statement? You're not going to believe this. Barr said, quote, "At first I wasn't sure, but I have come to believe that he knew well that he had lost the election." So, in other words, he wants America and courts to accept that he had come to believe that he knew. I call bullshit. Barr pointed to various factors, including pre-election statements made by Steve Bannon and Roger Stone to bolster his belief. I call bullshit on that too, because neither Bannon nor Stone were working on the campaign. Barr wants you to believe that they were creating campaign strategy because they were talking on the air, on podcasts, on radio programs. Barr forgets that throughout the 2020 election cycle, Trump was continually pointing out that the Democrats were mailing out millions of mail-in ballots to millions of Americans who never asked for them by weaponizing the COVID-19 pandemic. The 45th president kept saying throughout the election cycle that what they were doing was leaving many areas of the election vulnerable to fraud. He was clearly and rightfully concerned throughout the whole election cycle. Barr's assessment also hinges on the events of election night, where Trump was allegedly falling behind and then made accusations of stolen ballots. But was Trump really falling behind? Not on your life. Trump was far ahead in all the key battleground states when all those key battleground states suddenly and simultaneously, they said that they would stop counting ballots, go home, and return in the morning to resume counting ballots. So the Republican observers believed that lie and they went home. Meanwhile, Democrats stayed. So Trump was far ahead. And then after the deception, there was supposed to be no counting ballots overnight, but morning arrives and Joe Biden is magically ahead. And they have a problem with Trump pointing all of this out. You know, the things that we all watched on TV unfold right in front of us. That's what's going on here, folks. As a Republican, Trump was supposed to just go along with what the media and the Democrats were saying. Well, since when does a political party or the media become the ones who determine who wins an election? It's supposed to be the ballots. And because he said out loud what everyone knew was happening, he's now being indicted for it. It is crucial that you understand what I'm about to say. What they are doing now is the same thing they did all along. The media and establishment types like Bill Barr want to get Trump out of the way because he doesn't play the DC game the way they do. Trump cares about America and cares about the American people first and foremost, and that can't stand. What they always do is think about a narrative to create, and then all of them come out of the woodwork and pile onto that narrative. Here we have Bill Barr piling onto the narrative that Trump knew he legitimately lost in 2020 election and tried to overturn it. Meanwhile, nothing could be further from the truth, but they're going to repeat it enough times so that it permeates the American psyche, and then it becomes true. For example, they did this with the Hunter Biden laptop that was revealed right before the election. Joe Biden and his campaign got Antony Blinken to orchestrate 54 former intelligence officers to sign a letter stating that the information on the laptop was Russian disinformation. Didn't matter that none of them had seen what was on the laptop. They were betting on the significance of 54 former intelligence officials making that statement. And Biden used that lie against Trump during a debate, if you remember. Meanwhile, all the evidence shows that Trump very much believed he won and the election was stolen from him. And I will go out on a limb and say that if you believe the Bill Barrs of the world, then you have not been paying attention, because Trump's actions and words were clear as a cloudless day. As the dust settles from the 2020 election, it's essential to seek the truth behind and beyond political biases and narratives. I encourage you to do your research, analyze the facts, and draw your own conclusions. Understanding the events of the past helps us navigate the future with greater clarity and discernment. The leftist mob is trying to force a false narrative once again, so that 2024 voters and trial jury members are manipulated into thinking that Trump knew he lost the election and tried to overturn it to win. It was a lie the first time they said this 3 years ago, and it hasn't gotten any better with age. All right, thank you for watching this video. Stay curious, stay informed, and remember, the truth is within reach if we're willing to seek it together. Until next time, take care, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.